Dateline, November 15th, 2010. The editorial staff of the Birmingham Free Press would like to make it clear that we always have been and always will be a family publication. But some of our writers tend to be on the poetic side, and they like to express themselves. Sometimes they even like to express themselves by using a bit of profanity. So when we do profanity in the Birmingham Free Press, this is what we use. And it's useful not just on the broadsheet, but also in our newsreels. For instance, if I want to cuss somebody out, I go, "Hey man, you just a..." That's the way we do it. Those are the kind of editorial decisions we make at the Birmingham Free Press. We make different kind of editorial decisions about grammar and such also. For instance, there's some problematic words involved in, say for instance, aesthetics and metaphysics. Particularly religion. There's some kind of vague words. Say for instance, there's some vagaries involving the word God, for instance. You say you believe in God. Like Glenn Beck says he believes in God. Osama bin Laden says he believes in God. Jeremiah Wright says he believes in God. George Bush says he believes in God. But what exactly does that mean? I mean, they all seem to be believing different things. So in the Birmingham Free Press, when we talk about this sort of generic God, this is the way we spell it. This is the way we do it. Because we think this is the correct way to do it in the 21st century. When you're talking about kind of a generic God, you can have your monotheistic gods. You can have your polytheistic gods. Say, for instance, you belong to the, or subscribe to the tradition of the Greco-Roman gods. You can say, I believe in the Greco-Roman gods. And then somebody comes along a little bit smarter than you and say, what do you mean Greco-Roman gods? Are they Greek? Or are they Roman? It's a totally different thing. So anyway, that's the way we handle it. That's the way we handle it at the Birmingham Free Press, man. That's the kind of grammatical decisions we make. Editorially, we're left of center. We're unapologetically liberal. In fact, we're the only liberal voice in the entire state of Alabama. The most conservative voice in the state of Alabama is our arch rival, the Birmingham Monitor. All you usually get in Alabama is a bunch of conservative commentary. But here at the Birmingham Free Press, you can get this straight up. You can get the way it is. Here we are liberal, or as liberals say, progressive. But what is the difference between a liberal and a conservative? It really boils down to just a few issues. For instance, abortion. Liberals tend to be pro-choice, while your conservatives, they tend to be pro-life. Whatever either one of those terms mean. Anyway, that's the way you break it up. That's a very complicated ethical question that mankind has been grappling with for a long time. The issue of abortion. It's a very complicated ethical question. There's good arguments on both sides. Now, homosexuality is not a difficult ethical question. I mean, it's simple. I mean, you got homosexuals who just want to have full constitutional rights, and then you have conservatives that don't want them to have these rights. But it seems like most of the scientific evidence seems to point out that most of the conservatives that don't want the homosexuals to have the full constitutional rights are actually homosexual themselves. So really this is an issue within the homosexual community. For what that's worth. Also there's the issue of race. Liberals, we're pro-race. Whatever race you are, that's fine. That's fine with us, man. Go ahead and be whatever. No race, 100 races, mutt, everybody mutt. Who knows, man? Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Now, the conservatives, they disagree. They tend to be on the side of whatever their particular race is. That's the correct race. And the other races are somehow, there's something wrong with them or something. They dress funny, They do weird. They eat funny food and stuff like that. You know how it goes. Birmingham actually is surprisingly, people might be surprised to find out that Birmingham is actually probably one of the most integrated cities I've certainly ever lived in. And I've lived all over the world. I've lived in St. Petersburg, Cairo, Timbuktu. I've lived everywhere. But I've never seen an integrated city like Birmingham. A lot of work, schools, everything. It's really a non-issue. I think it's everybody's kind of hypersensitive because of our reputation from the 1960s and Bull Connor and such, and dogs and stuff. But as a result of that, Birmingham is surprisingly sort of race neutral. I guess maybe it's because this is where all the African Americans live, really down in the southeast. But other issues such as feminism. The liberals, we're all feminists here at the Birmingham Free Press, as far as I know. I mean, I think we're all for women's rights. I don't understand it. Conservative women, they're not even for women's rights. It doesn't make any sense. It's someone's going to have to explain that to me. Immigration, I think liberals and conservatives disagree on. Liberals tend to be for immigration, except labor unions, they tend to be against immigration. But as a rule, it's as far as like welcoming people into the country. I think liberals tend to be pro-immigration, and conservatives are definitely anti-immigration. I think we can all agree on that. But it's not about like immigration. Like there's a lot of Irish students that are just sort of disappearing off their, whatever student visas and such. That doesn't seem to be the issue. The issue is like the Hispanic immigrants coming from south of the border there. And by any objective measure, it's an economic plus. And what it really boils down to is not all this talk about money and meow, because that's not true. That's objectively not true. It comes down to the conservatives hate foreigners, which is what kind of gets into our next point, which is war. Yeah, we liberals, man, we're dogs. The conservatives, they're hawks. So we're like pacifists. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And that's the way we do it. But the conservatives, they hate foreigners, and that's what war. That's the definition of war. Killing foreigners. That's what conservatives are about. That's why they're pro-war. And there's another issue. It's like this is really a non-issue. This is kind of a straw man issue. We're talking the handguns, guns. It's like as far as I know, every liberal I know carries. Everybody here at the Birmingham Free Press carries guns. I mean, everybody's packing heat, man. In fact, oh, man. Oh, jeez. Thought I left in the back of the limo there for a second here. No. Yeah, we're all packing heat, man. We're totally pro-gun, man. The more guns, the merrier. That's just the way we roll here. That's the way we liberals roll, man. It's about freedom and such. Economics, man. The conservatives are totally into market fundamentalism and soundbite economics. Democrats and the liberals, man, we're into more like nuanced economics. We actually react to the problems on the ground. What are the 9 most terrifying words in the English language? I'm a libertarian, and the market will fix everything. Yeah, get it out with. Okay, religion. Okay, the conservatives and the liberals, we disagree about religion on all kinds of issues. We liberals tend to be laissez-faire. Whatever religion you want to be, man, that's your business, man. We don't care, man. We've never shied away from the fact here at the BFP that we are into the New Age movement and UFO mind control culture. And of course we think that's the way to go. But may not be for you. That may not be for everybody. But conservative people, man, they're a little different, man. They think whatever their religion is the only true religion. And if you're not into whatever particular religion they have to be in, no matter how specific it happens to be, you're in for a lot of... I'm sorry to tell you that, man. So really, there's only a few things that differentiate the conservatives from the liberals, such as us at the Birmingham Free Press. This is Stephen Smith from the Birmingham Free Press, wishing you and yours